devices.
Hey, what's up? Hey, I'm checking yeah. Woo,
What's up,
right now.
what's up, y'all? Welcome in.
We live.
Talking football.
What's up?
Oh,
Raider Nation, what's up?
you say Raider Nation.
Raider
Raider
Nation.
Nation. That's right.
The Raiders.
The Raiders.
Raider Nation, I don't know. Like you had anything else. But so yeah, we're back. We were I guess we took 4th of July off, so everybody had a happy 4th. We were talking about this. I was talking about this the other day, and I mean, to me, I didn't go outside. I didn't do anything except stay in the house. Talked to my father, and I said, he said, "Hey, did y'all get some weather up there?" I said, "You know what? Honestly, I don't know. I had looked outside. I'd been outside. I have no idea. It was nice in the house, sitting in front of the TV, and I enjoyed myself even into it. So for you two, that was your time away.
Understood. But
I was away. I actually was on the road.
That's right.
Well, the day before the 4th. Went to North Carolina, visit the in-laws.
Okay.
So I
I wanted
was,
to ask you about that.
yeah, I was in NC for the 4th.
nice road
Oh,
trip.
sure. I'm probably
Yeah.
I'm gonna put
How
my
long a drive was
earpiece
that?
in, 'cause
It's about 6
I'm probably
hours.
hearing it.
Oh, that
Everybody's
ain't
hearing
bad.
it twice.
That ain't bad.
Yeah, not bad.
That ain't bad at all. Well, we didn't go anywhere. Went to my mom's house and ate like a pig,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
and came back and it's a party in the pool party next door for a minute. And then we head out to your cousin Jerome's house in Olive Branch. Well, South Haven.
South
And
Haven.
they supposed to have a big fireworks show, but I mean, it lasts about 30 minutes.
What happened?
It don't take.
I mean, that's how long it was.
Yeah, fireworks
Really?
don't take
Okay.
long.
No, we was in his backyard. We could see it from his backyard, but it didn't last long. But you ought to see the cars that was lined up in everybody's yard and parking lot, like it was going to be a long, big show. The kids
I guess maybe
show
it was long enough.
You know, I guess the kids show was better than theirs. They mama, look, the mama, Jerome's wife had to tell them to stop. You know, it's after 11 o'clock. It was 11 o'clock curfew in Olive Branch, in South Haven.
Really?
Yeah. So after 11 o'clock, we had to stop.
Mm.
So she's like, stop before they be knocking at the door.
Well, yeah, I mean, you ain't trying to invite nobody, no problems.
Not in Mississippi anyway.
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir. We creeped up out of there, you know. So that was all, and just chill out. That's all. I didn't even work on no t-shirts.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, so you don't? So you don't have my shirt?
Yeah,
what's my shirt?
your shirt, your shirts are boxed up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they sitting over there boxed up.
I apologize. I apologize for getting
Apologize for my outburst.
Exactly.
It's sitting right over on the table. 1, 2, 3. I got 5 orders sitting right there.
Cool.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I have y'all know I love lists. I just it's list here, list there, list everywhere.
List.
What's good? What's good, Devin? I know where we got Devin over on Kick. What's going on? I got Doc here over on YouTube, and I think he's over on Kick.
What's up, Doc?
Danisha? Danisha.
Denisha?
You know what? I'm butchering names.
Who is that?
All right, Joe the
We got a
Butcher.
bunch of folks over on Kick. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Got any football related questions? Drop them in here. If you want to know what we have for dinner, drop that in here too. Figure out.
Football, fantasy football, all that are
Yes, fantasy football. But here's my first question. Question 1.
Uno.
It's basically what kind of drafter are you? And I think I know some of this, but just to have a conversation. Are you a best available guy, or are you go get the guy you want? Regardless of ADP or any of that kind of stuff.
Shit, I'm gonna go get the guy I want.
Usually the guy I want.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Go
settle.
get the guy you want.
Well, the guy I want maybe the first few rounds. After that,
Then I have to settle in. Yeah, but from the
after
beginning,
about 3, maybe 4 rounds is best available.
yeah, I say about 3 rounds too. Yeah.
So really, so y'all go get the guy you want first, and then later best available.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, later best available. Sometimes there's a guy I want that I know will go later. So I'll keep him, in the queue and try to figure out a good time to go snatch him before somebody else does.
That's one of the things that I worry about. And this is part of the reason why I asked the question like that, because the thing was that I'm actually opposite. So I pretty much grab the best available guy in the first couple of rounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I think about it, I try to, all these guys that I feel like are going to be later or whatever. I try to grab.
That's what I mean by go get the person I want is the best available guy. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by that.
Because because I know like what was it last year when I had that 10th pick and I took was it 10th and one in the next round.
Right.
I took Derrick Henry and Saquon.
Saquon.
Honestly, I don't think I would have done that if I didn't, if they weren't. It was just right there. It was like, if I'd have had like the fifth pick, I probably wouldn't have taken Saquon with the fifth pick. You know what I'm saying?
It's understandable.
But I don't know. It's one of these things. I just feel like there are times like last year, also when in the Yahoo League we're in, I got a bad rating,
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you, Yahoo, you hurt my feelings. If you watched last season as we did the show, everybody knows. And Yahoo, you hurt my feelings. You did. I know I shouldn't care about what these things say, but I care. I care. But I know part of the reason is that they base those grades on like the ADP and
Right.
ADP average draft position.
Right.
Yeah. So if you were reaching for a guy, basically meaning you're grabbing a guy early, they sort of ding you for it a little bit, I guess, on your grade. But
Right.
I think it's like since I go through all of these lists, and like I said, I got some lists tonight. But you start looking at guys and you start saying, well, dude, you know what? I want Joe Mixon, and not that I necessarily want him now, but I mean, it's like, oh, I want Joe Mixon, and it's like, you know what? I want him. I'm gonna go get him. I clown guys sometimes, and I do not understand it. But guys who jump and get what do you call it? Like, that guy got a kicker early.
Right.
And it was like, it doesn't make any sense to me, but you know what you got to do.
Right.
And
I think I'm gonna go with a quarterback.
Early.
Quarterback and receiver combo. I usually don't always pick it like this. I want to make sure I pick it like this this year.
well, see, and
But I think I am.
you want to share a few that you've been thinking about?
I haven't. No.
Let me get my pencil.
Not yet. Not yet.
Because I'll tell you a few. I mean, there's some.
I got
they're
to put
talking
some thought
about
into that one.
like Devontae Adams and Stafford. I know. I mean, I like Puka, and
I wouldn't pick them two because I haven't seen them play together. So
you haven't seen them play together. Okay, I can see that. But I think it's gonna be interesting. I think if you get Stafford in either of those two wide receivers, actually, you're gonna be all right. Excuse me. Shout out to Oxford University. Just daughter said we got Braden brought me a hat back, so I had to go ahead and do that. She is back home now, so
look who popped up.
Oh yeah.
Hey, girlfriend.
She's in the building. She's silent.
Silence.
I've been here. Y'all just keep talking.
No, don't try it. Don't try
Y'all didn't speak.
Don't try it.
Y'all didn't speak. Y'all, it's like I've been here for 10 minutes.
He's in that deep conversation.
No, I don't think so.
That's the only reason.
What you say? I can't hear you.
He was into that deep conversation.
I still got comments from the movie on my YouTube. My stream elements are still, I didn't change the questions on stream elements. So for those of you on YouTube, the movie in question was strong. If you want to answer those questions about strong, feel free. But let's start. So I will go with my first list here. And the first list that I have here is, and I didn't get, I'm sorry, I don't have the reference. So I don't remember who wrote the article. But
what is his list?
I'm going to tell you, here we go. 8 best bets for touchdowns by running backs. So it's 8 running backs that they feel like are really good, going to really get you a lot of touch.
Henry.
There's 8 of them. But yes, he is on the list. You know what? I looked down at the list for a second. I was like, wait a minute, he's not. No, yeah, he is. But number 1 is Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs, Detroit running back. He is number 1 on this list. Now, it's interesting to me, and I think part of the reason some of these things on this list are based on guys being pass catchers too. Partially part of it. Or if they're the only guy. And I know actually on this list is also David Montgomery, who was also a running back with Detroit, which was interesting to me.
But he's a short yardage back.
Yeah.
He's a goal line and short yardage back, so I understand.
So that's the thing. So that was one of the only things. I was like, they put both of them. But I figured Jahmyr will get, but like you said, he'll get those long, he'll break one and get touchdowns, or he'll get the passing yards, things like that. Number 2, Kyren Williams. I don't know if Kyren Williams running back for the LA Rams. I don't know if do they have a back? Who is their backup?
I think that's why he's on the list. I think he's pretty much their bell cow. I know they have a backup, but
right.
But
it's
yeah,
not a guy that they play
he's a bell cow back. He's not a rotation type back.
Okay, and that's what I figured, because I was like, I can't call it just off the top of my head. Number 3, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, I don't know where. Hold on, I just want to look again. I don't know exactly where they have him as far as. I'm still looking at my ESPN list. Derrick Henry. Okay. He's 9th overall, 18th overall draft-wise, but 9th as far as running backs go.
Running backs.
Who?
Yeah. Derrick Henry. So, that makes him a 2nd-round pick.
On CBS, they got number 7.
Yeah. 2nd round.
2nd round. That's interesting. But he's on here. I could see him getting a lot of it because, like you said, anything goal line related, at least the first and then maybe 2nd option are going to be Derrick Henry. And then, then they'll send him over to the sideline and figure out something else, which is crazy to me. But, you got to do what you got to do. Number 4, Josh Jacobs. Same thing, just to me, just
Same
like Derrick Henry. Yeah. Josh Jacobs is a battering ram. So, enough said there. James Cook, Buffalo. Now, I think with Cook is more of a receiving thing.
Receiving, plus he's the main back.
The only guy up there.
They don't do by.
They got a rookie this year though, don't they?
Okay, they did draft a rookie. Okay,
they drafted him.
Okay, well, I'll say in recent years he's been pretty much it. They don't really do too much for rotation.
On CBS, they got him at 13.
See? And then, of course, like I said, we talked about David Montgomery earlier, but he's number 6. And then Joe Mixon, number 7. Yes. So what is Houston doing?
That's what I'm saying. Still, because they got Chubb now, don't they?
Yes, they do. And that's why I don't. I would
think he would steal a lot of goal line touches.
Right. Even if you got to bring Chubb in slowly, that's exactly what it's like. Just put him in short yardage, and Mixon is running all over the field. And then of course after, say that again.
So Mixon's still dynamic though.
Yeah. And then lastly on this list is Bijan Robinson.
Last, really?
And, well, I don't know if they did this as a as a ranking, but
Right.
it was just Bijan Robinson.
No Jonathan Taylor.
So no JT.
Okay.
He's not on the list at all.
Okay.
He's not on this list at all.
Well, this just go to 60, so it's
No Genty.
Genty is not on the list either.
Okay.
He's not on the list. Yeah. No. You know what? I actually, and I'm re-looking at my list now. I have no Genty talk anyway.
Really?
Not just running backs. I mean, but yeah, I don't have his name written down anywhere. Nothing at all. Nothing that I
he's number 6
today.
on the CBS.
Huh?
He's number 6.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. Now,
But it's a list of 60.
I do feel like, and I'm not scared to talk about it. I do feel like if I have the opportunity, if I'm like 5th or 6th in a draft this year, first round, I think I would take it. I mean, he's gonna be a first round pick regardless, but I think I would take him. So I don't know. Just so that I guess it's going to depend on the league. How many leagues am I in this year? I want to say 4. I want to say no. 4 or 5. I'm not sure.
4 or 5.
I am not sure.
4 or 5.
Pretty sure I'm in
4
3.
or 5.
I know I got 2. That's it, really.
I'm pretty sure I'm in 3.
So I'm in the one for the show. I'm in one of yours, Dreadful, and then I'm in one with Big O. So that's 3. And then I got the one with Jake. So that's 4. I think it's 4. I think that's what it is. There was one season I know that I did like basically way too many leagues. And sometimes you just can't. I mean, 4 is about as many as
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot to manage.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Because, well, here's the other thing that I end up finding out with having a bunch of leagues. I end up with the teams usually look similar. Like it's just the team. I mean, like I'll find a.
You need them to be that way because if you got them all over the place, you gonna know. I mean, you're gonna be winning on this end, losing on this end because you need to do it on this end, but you don't on this end, and not over here. You know what I'm saying? So
it's tough, and don't get me wrong.
Almost the same.
Because the other thing is that you end up just looking for, I end up looking for sleepers, right? It's like finding this guy who nobody else has drafted, but he's good, saying he's going to hit. Or like the one thing with Dreadful's league is that you can pick up a guy at any time. It's just like, I mean, you can't play him right away all the time, but you can grab them. And because of that, I mean, you have got to be on. If you're watching the game or you're hearing some updates about a game, and it's a guy who's like going off, but he's like a rookie or somebody got hurt, and it's because and it's what your league is 14 teams or something like that.
12. Well, usually 12 to 14, but yeah, it's been 14 the past few years.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you don't grab a guy like that right away, I mean, he's gone. So you got to be on top of things in that league.
There are waiver vultures.
Yes. And I mean,
you're talking to one.
Yes, he is one of them, but there's one that's worse than him.
Yeah. He stayed talking about, let me get somebody.
Dude, I do. I mean, you got it. You have to. I mean, just like I'm sitting here now, you know, YouTube. Now that YouTube has taken the Sunday ticket, I'm not happy about that part of it because I can't manipulate like I used to. Because they won't let you have 2 screens up. Now you can have multiple, like they have their quad box so that you can watch all the 4 games or something. But they don't allow, like I can't have it on, they won't allow me to have it on multiple screens, which sucks because if I could, you know, all 3 of these screens would have games on them. And I would have 3 quad boxes going and go.
What is it? The red zone. The red zone, you're gonna see every game.
I do. Well, usually in the quad, the way in my early quad box is the Titans game, red zone, and then 2 other games. Just sort of depends on exactly what I got going. That's the quad box. If I can, because that's another thing. They don't just, you can't manipulate the quad box. I wish they could do it, but you can't manipulate it. You got to go and take what they give you. So, you know, YouTube, step it up. Let's get some change going. I mean, give me 2 screens. I'll take 2. Just give me 2. But I know that the idea is that, you know, you will have it set up for you and your friend across the country, and you know, you're just sharing the bill instead of paying the money. Yeah, but you know, I know, but it's tough. It just makes it hard. Man. So that was a tangent. I'm sorry, but I can't. I mean, I'm telling you, I think I'm gonna get a little squirrel or something to go across the screen. So whenever this happens. But yeah, Venetia. I think that's what this is. Venetia. Venetia dropping emotes over at Kick. Venetia over on Kick. And I mean, I want to say that I'm saying it right. If I'm not, please tell me I'm wrong.
Sure.
But okay, so here are 2 lists: wide receiver list, running back list. I'm not really crazy about the wide receiver list, but the running back list. Yeah. But it's more like sort of what we were talking about. I'm gearing everything to what I want to talk about, I guess. But it says experts are targeting, and this comes from Fantasy Pros. I did write that one down, and it's like 5 wide receivers that experts are targeting, meaning, you know, later rounds, and then 5 running backs that they're targeting. Now, I don't really think that there were too many surprises on the wide receiver list. Wide receiver list was Brian Thomas, wide receiver, Jacksonville; Devontae Adams, LA; Mike Evans, Tampa Bay; George Pickens, Dallas; and Devonta Smith, who is also who's from Philly. But and these guys, I mean, Brian Thomas, his I guess, what is it? Expert consensus ranking is what they called it, was 8. Devontae Adams is 17. Mike Evans 16. George Pickens 34, and Devonta Smith was 25. But I mean, all of these guys are drafted guys. It didn't intrigue me too much. There's not a guy on this list that I don't think is going to be targeted at all. And we pretty much, I felt like we know these people already. I mean, we've already had a conversation about Devontae Adams. In the past, we've talked about George Pickens, and I do still think that George Pickens. I feel like I'm turning into a Dallas Cowboys fan. It is bad.
Wait, what?
No. Understand what I'm saying. The thing is that for fantasy purposes, let me clarify. For fantasy purposes, I believe.
It don't matter.
I think George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb,
He's waking the Cowboys' head.
and Dak and Ferguson. Here's the other thing with the addition of George Pickens to the Dallas Cowboys. What is it? Ferguson. I don't even know the boy's first name. What is the tight end out of Dallas? His last name's Ferguson. Do I need to look him up?
Is it Tone? I don't know his first name. I just know Ferguson.
I just know Ferguson.
Yep,
Anyway,
it's Jake Ferguson, just him.
Jake. Okay, Jake. I didn't know his first name. Jake from State Farm. But it's Jake.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
Jake,
okay, yeah.
But Jake Ferguson, to me, becomes a better option at tight end because you got George Pickens out, you got CeeDee Lamb out. So the guys can't, you got fewer guys who stay in to focus on this tight end. And I think he's going to do some things this year too. It's not going to be a bad option. So I like the Dallas Cowboy options at wide receiver and tight end.
Better way to put it.
Huh?
I said a better way to put it.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, I'm a Titans fan. I am still a Titans fan.
I don't know. It looks like you almost jumped ship.
As he should. As he should. As he should, but God dog, if you better of all teams in the world, please don't pick Dallas Cowboys.
Right, don't jump there.
See, your uncle gonna get you. We talking about his team.
I love you.
Hey, when it comes to football, all they go out the window when it comes to the NFL. So during football season, all they go out the window.
Yeah.
You become off again after football season.
You say after what?
After football season.
What about it?
You become uncle again after football season.
Oh yeah, we enemies is everybody enemies until football is over.
Right.
That's how it be in my job. We enemies until football is over.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So,
I see the guy.
What's that?
Look, I saw a guy going down the street the other day with some flags. I see it's too early, my dude. I see it's too early.
You said what kind of flag?
What flags did he have?
That is cowboy flag.
Yeah, boys.
No.
Yeah, I see it's too early.
Wait a minute.
I mean, you rocking your Raiders every day, your hoodies and caps and stuff.
I don't have my flags up.
What about that?
I don't have my flags sticking up out the window. I got my flags. My flags are laying down in the window right now because it's not time to put them up.
Yeah, but dude, you got
the hat on every day.
You got on the hat. Then
every day.
You got the seat covers. You got the seat covers. You got the steering wheel cover.
He got the shower curtain too. He got the shower curtain in the house. Shower curtain, the rug. He got the toilet seat holder and all that. Raiders. Come on, you ain't giving. Come on, they don't want to see that black and gray all the time. Then you in your hoodie. When last time you washed your hoodie? Come on, man.
I just took it out to wash the thing. I have to dry it.
Hold on. Wait, now I feel bad because guess what? I need to start repping my gear. You know what? I'm gonna start. I don't rep it like that, but I am because of Big O. He repping his team. I'm gonna rep my team.
I wear Raiders every day.
We know.
That's why UK Club that made with his flag. That's probably the only thing that man got.
Right.
It really is. When I went to New Orleans for that wedding, my wife begged me to buy some colors.
Right.
So I did. For the weekend, I did.
What you buy?
Baby blue.
Baby blue, but was it still Raiders?
No, where the hat was.
You baby blue Raiders hat?
Baby blue Raiders. I showed you the hat.
Yeah,
I showed you the hat.
That's why you bought. Guess what? That's why you bought the blue, because you had the hat to match.
No.
Please. I already know who I'm dealing with.
No, I bought the clothes first, and then I bought the hat. But I knew from the get-go I was going to buy the hat.
Now, see, so you really bought the hat first.
Right.
In my head.
Right. Exactly.
I gotta step my game up then. I got some jerseys and I gotta step my game up. I got some t-shirts, but I gotta step it up this season, this football season.
This 25, 30 years strong. I've been rocking Raiders since long as I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
Long as I can remember.
Well, I was 8. I've been since 18 with the Steelers.
I got some hats that's so old. I don't even wear them no more.
They don't even want to go on your head no more. I don't blame them hats.
I got my son wear Chucky. My Chucky dog. He wear Raiders.
Chucky dog.
He does have the Chucky dog.
You got the Chucky dog with the Raiders.
My mom made him a Raiders jumpsuit.
So.
Yeah, I was going to say he got that back in the day when he was coaching too.
Yeah,
I can say he was their coach. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I give you that one. Because I'm going to say, wait a minute, what else you got it down? I know you got the shower curtain, you got the toothpaste, toothbrush holder, you got the
once I got married, I got rid of all that.
Okay.
Once I got married, I had to get rid of all that.
Okay, now wait a minute. The quilts, I know you got the quilts, the Raiders.
No.
Okay, good. Okay.
Really? You don't have a Raider blanket?
You know what?
I got 2 Raider blankets, but not a quilt for the bed. I got one for me, like a throw.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I got a throw too. I got a good throw.
I got about 3 of them now. I mean, I can participate in that part of it.
Oh yeah.
Got about 3.
I have plenty. I got a shelf full of stuff right here. Raiders. Wherever I go, wherever city, town, I don't care. I'm looking for something with Raiders with their city on it. Go find it. That's what I hunt for.
You got a skateboard? A bike?
No.
You got a bike?
No.
You should have exhausted all these things, these items by now. You got plates?
Yes.
You got pots. Please tell me you got some pots.
No, I don't have any pots.
The tennis shoes.
Coffee pot. I got tennis shoes. I got tennis shoes, yeah.
Chuck Taylors. Which ones?
No, Reeboks.
Okay. You say you don't got the pots? You got a pot or you got a coffee pot?
No, I got a coffee cup.
No stainless steel. No stainless steel pots and stuff. Okay. Oh, do you got?
What?
Wait, do you have the cutting board?
Yeah, I got the cutting board for the bar.
Okay, yeah, because they
got
the cutting board. I might get it. You got the cutting board.
Cut the lines on.
You got the cutting board.
I ain't got money to be doing that kind of stuff.
It's not like that. It's not
you don't buy all the stuff.
You can find it cheap for like $7-8. Like
a lot of stuff. You know what? A lot of stuff I won in raffles.
Right, I did too. Like I had a can opener. I won 2 t-shirts. Flags. Yeah.
I go in and I play the raffle.
Let me say this. Let me say this. Y'all's teams, I can see winning stuff at raffle.
Mm-hmm. They give away a lot of stuff.
I'm not in Nashville. Ain't nobody.
I'm not in Vegas.
Wait, no, but it's the Raiders. I mean, it's the Raiders. I mean, let's be real. the thing is that the Titans this season drafted 1 overall. When was the last time you heard a story about Cam Ward? You haven't. You heard nothing. He's the number 1 pick in the draft this year. Yeah, I repeat, there's nothing.
That's right.
Nobody talks about Tennessee. Tennessee is not, you know what I'm saying? I got to search for stuff in Tennessee Titans. I can't even, it's hard to get on Amazon.
If you go to NASDAQ,
So wait, in Houston, they have these two. So this is how I found the Pittsburgh of Houston. Right, I went on Facebook. I did a search. It said Steelers of Houston. I'm like, oh, let me join the team. And when I tell you, it was God sent. Oh my God, it was full of us everywhere. So I went to the sports bar. It was black and yellow everywhere, and I didn't know nobody. I came by myself. They welcomed me with open arms. It was like, how like when you go to a bar, they say, "Hey, everybody, such coming to the door." So when I get in, they was like, "Hey, I was like, "Yeah." I told my name. It's like, "Yeah, hey." So when they opened the door, they was just like, "Hey, we got such." They were like, "Yeah." So I was just walking through there, and they were just like clapping, high fiving, everything. I was just like, yeah.
Again,
I mean, I didn't know anybody. I didn't meet people there.
It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. You'll get that for the Steelers. You'll get that for the Raiders. You'll get that for the Cowboys.
You make it there for the Raiders. I'm telling you, they had
Green Bay.
So
Green Bay.
This sports bar just wasn't for the Pittsburgh, but it's all nationality. Like it's all footballs was in there. That's what made it more fun. Like I seen a lot of Nashville down here. I seen a lot of Raiders down here. So they down here.
If you see Nashville, it's because they're original Houston Oilers fans.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they're coming from Memphis or Tennessee, more than likely, or they from here. But yeah, I get it.
The majority of people who are from, like, you're, I'm gonna say my age, you're older. You're a Dallas Cowboys fan because Tennessee didn't always have a team, and Dallas, regionally, it was Dallas.
Yeah,
so you have a bunch of Dallas fans.
Because I watched the Houston Oilers.
Yeah, in North Carolina, you got a lot of I guess you get Georgia and you get.
Is that baby blue color, North Carolina?
Washington,
yeah.
What's
it's
that?
usually split
Washington.
between Washington, Falcons, or Cowboys.
Yeah.
Just Cowboys, you became everybody's
Cowboys
team.
Are everywhere.
Yeah.
They said the Americans America's best team?
America's team.
Yeah. Okay.
It's ironic because you have the Patriots, but
yeah.
Yeah.
But the so yeah, I mean, my dad's a Cowboys fan, so I grew up as a Cowboys fan, and then changed.
So he was a former Houston Oilers or just Cowboy, straight Cowboy?
He was always Cowboy. I mean, like growing up, I had as a kid, you have the banners up in your room and had the trash can and all of that, all of that kind of stuff.
All that stuff like Big O got, the Raiders, the trash can, the rug, the toilet seats.
I mean, I had all of that kind of stuff. But that was a long time. Okay, all right. Let me see. I'm gonna. Well,
I even got a ticket. I got a ticket one time.
You got a what?
I got a ticket one time because I put a Raider symbol on the middle of my tag on my truck. You're not supposed to cover up the symbol, the Tennessee symbol in the tag, and I covered it up.
Oh yeah.
Hey, wait. What tag? Your registration tag?
But guess who?
Wait, what tag? Your registration tag?
Yeah,
tag on your car.
Yeah. But guess who called it?
Who was that?
The
chef?
No, the camera on the lights called it on the light pole. It called it.
So did you got a ticket in the mail?
They mailed you a ticket. They mailed you.
I got a ticket in the mail for obstruction of the tags or something.
Yeah, your tag. Yeah.
So, well, on that note, they used to have, they got those plates that go over the tags.
Right.
Like, so is that the same thing? You get a ticket for that too?
You talking about license plates? Wait, he's talking about registration.
Yeah, he's talking about license plates.
The ones that obstruct the view of the tag.
Yeah.
You can.
Usually, I think you can see it straight on, but you can't photograph it or anything like that.
No, they gotta be able to see it.
Yeah, if it obstructs it too much, I'm sure you can get a ticket for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't see it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you were bold, huh, Big O?
But yeah, like I think, I was talking about. I think he put one directly on the tag, like a sticker.
Right.
Yeah, that. Yeah, I think he did that.
Miller had the flag in the middle. I put a dead smack in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but see, you know what? I wouldn't have. Honestly, until you just said it, I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't have either. Now that you think about it, because as long as you're not covering up any of the numbers or any of the
right, that's what I would think. Because it says where it's from somewhere, like at the top.
Nashville caught that. That's why. The police didn't. They didn't see it either. They didn't pay attention to it either. I never got for it.
So you put it on the left corner or the right corner of the tag?
In the middle of the tag.
Oh,
you in the middle.
You done messed up the church's money.
Smack dabbing.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. So here are some. Get your pencils out.
Okay, let me.
Here are the 5 running backs that they say experts are targeting.
Hold on.
You said 5?
5. These are 5 guys.
Yeah.
It's just 5 guys. And this, that's what they said. It was kind of weird, but it was interesting for me. So, number 1, and his ECR was like 25, is Travion Henderson. Travion Henderson, he's with the New England Patriots. He's a running back. I want to say he's a rookie.
Yeah,
so
he is.
Travion Henderson.
State, right? Was that the one from Ohio State?
So.
Yeah.
So
wait, time out.
What these running backs?
These are running backs in general, or rookie running backs that they're targeting?
These are running backs in general.
Okay. Henderson from the
running backs.
He's number 1.
He is no. His ECR. Remember, these are targeting, so these aren't like guys you're trying to take in the first round. It's just guys that you put on your board.
Okay.
Watch, somewhere down the line, you're probably gonna want to grab.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
these are first round picks.
Okay.
Yeah, these are first round picks.
I thought you meant that we are targeting like.
Hey, but like you say, like you say, we can't pick nobody, and they got our stuff. Who's supposed to pick? We got to pick somebody.
So and here's the second one. So, but again, this is why it was more interesting. The running backs were more interesting because I knew that these guys were rookies. There were a couple of guys here that are rookies, and I was like, okay, I can see this. So
I can't see that one though, because the Patriots always have running back like committee. Yeah, Ramondre, but just the Patriots in general, they always have like 5-6 running backs.
Running backs.
Yeah.
Number 2.
I don't know anything about it. It is. It's a thing. Number 2 on this list, Caleb Johnson. Caleb Johnson is with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And
that I can see.
So they got, Najee Harris is not there anymore.
No.
They still have who's the other?
What you hollering for, Big O?
30. His number's 30. I can't remember his name.
It's Ward. Ward is his name? Is he Ward?
Warren. Is it Warren?
Warren. That's what it is. It's Warren. So basically, they have the same setup they had before. They just got a new guy. And this
2-back system, that I can understand. Understand.
Caleb Johnson. And then we get into names we know, basically. Travis Etienne is on this list. And I don't Travis Etienne, because they have Tank Bigsby, is that his name?
What's number
Tank,
3?
and they drafted somebody too, didn't they?
Did they draft a guy?
I thought they did.
But
But they do have Tank Bigsby.
They have Tank.
What's number 3, y'all?
Travis Etienne.
Travis Etienne.
Travis who?
Etienne. Etienne is how you spell his last name.
Yeah.
Who he
From
playing for?
Jaguars.
Jacksonville. We know
Okay.
Huh.
So wait, I'm going to the depth chart.
But he's still the starter, though, right?
He is. They still have him as the starter. Actually, that surprises me. Shul and LeQuint.
Bashul Tutin. LeQuint. I think Bashul is the rookie. I could be wrong.
So. I think that's right.
Let me see.
I guess you can click on
it. Yeah. Yep, he was drafted 4th round. Yeah, he was drafted 4th round.
Is that number 4? Who's number 4?
No, number 4 is Jordan Mason.
No, I was just looking at the other one.
Oh.
Yeah, we were looking up at something else. Jordan Mason with Minnesota.
Okay, that Mason. Yep.
Yeah. Who else is in Minnesota? Or is it just
the number 1 is no, it's what's his name? He used to be with Green Bay.
That's not Jacobs. It's
no, not Jacobs. Okay. Jacobs with Green Bay now. The one before him.
Okay. Now I gotta look it up. I'm going. Minnesota.
Like he's great when he's in the game, but he's always getting injured.
He gets hurt.
Yeah.
With Jones?
Aaron Jones.
Yeah, there you go.
Aaron Jones. Yes, and he does. He's notorious for getting hurt. And then lastly is J.K. Dobbins.
Oh yeah.
Dobbins.
I might use him. I think I'm gonna use him. That's kinfolk.
J.K. Dobbins, I can see because I think Denver.
Everywhere he goes. Did Denver pick him up? So did Denver pick him up?
No, I think he's
Denver's
with
got him. No, he's Denver.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. He is with Denver. Because he was with the Chargers.
Right, yeah. Chargers let him go.
Oh, they just let him go?
Yeah, they let him go.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
dang.
just let him go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just to make sure I hit some of the stuff that I put on the pre-roll. They have a I heard this list. I had sent you guys a text about what makes an elite quarterback, right? And I sent you guys text asking who are your top 5 quarterbacks. Is what I did.
That's what makes the quarterback first. Yes, both.
I did. Okay, I did ask both. Okay, so because I was driving to work the other day, and of course they were having this conversation, and they were talking about elite quarterbacks, or who was and who wasn't elite. Hold up, and I actually did graphics for this one. So let me see. Can I pull this up? Yeah, let me see. Can I pull this up? Now it's going to start playing. I think I'm going to switch it over, and then I'm going to try to just pause it. But yeah, okay. And let's see, can I get it? Let me pause it. There we go.
Pause.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is that I feel like we all really know what the list is, but the question was what makes? I literally went to like Chat GPT and was like, what's what is an elite, an elite quarterback? It's kind of crazy to do. But then I also just asked what the list was. It's like, who's elite? Like, what guys are elite? Like, basically now in the league. And of course, they gave me 4 options or 4 names. And I don't know if you guys can see on the screen or not, but number 1, of course, is Patrick Mahomes, and I'm pretty sure they ranked him. So we had Patrick Mahomes, and I don't want to go through all the writing I got here.
Just go to the names.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing. But it was Patrick Mahomes, and then after Patrick Mahomes was
Josh Lamar.
No,
What?
not number 2.
Burrow.
It's Joe Burrow. Yes.
Wow.
Joe Burrow was 2. And it was, I mean, it's kind of crazy, but I was like, wow. And then they talk about his strength of arm. He's cool under pressure, which is the thing he gets all the time, and his leadership and stuff like that. And then, and then after that, we got to Josh Allen. This video's a little longer than I thought it was. But you get to
I think
Josh
that's the only
Allen.
reason they don't got Lamar as number 1 for his like leadership.
For the leadership part?
Leadership?
Yeah, because I don't feel like he's just no leader of his team. Because he's gonna go out and lead. He'll go out to lead the team and run the ball, for himself, but to direct everybody else.
I don't know.
I think it's like he's looking to run every trip.
Well, I know I'll say this for Josh Allen, what they have on here is, and I didn't read everybody's, but this one was interesting. It says, physical freak with a cannon arm and dangerous leg. And he does run all over the place.
Yes.
And he's dual threat, fearless playmaker, can carry a team is what it has on here. Sort of getting to what Big O is saying. But I just thought that was like, man, you got to be kidding.
See, when he's running to look to throw that ball. He's not run to score a touchdown.
I think there are times when I think he runs just to run.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's running to save his ass.
But
I think him and Lamar are very identical. The only difference is I think Allen carries his team more than Lamar does.
Exactly.
But this is to me when we start talking about this part of it, because of course, and I got it blank, and it'll go to Lamar here in a sec. But the thing for me that I think that Lamar Jackson does what Lamar Jackson needs to do for the Baltimore Ravens.
Right.
And then Josh Allen does what Josh Allen needs to do for the Buffalo Bills. It's like because those were the top 4, and then there's like those are the elite players. Then it was like a step down, and all these other guys were maybes, like, or on the cusp is the words that were being used.
That was pretty much what I was saying when I answered your question earlier. It's like I went same top 4, and then after that, it's like, okay, there's like a bunch you could probably put in that 5th position. It's probably very subjective to who puts what in that position.
But see, one of the things that people were talking about is people were, it's always it's talk radio, right? But they were getting upset because the guy talking was saying that Jalen Hurts is not an elite quarterback. And part of the reason that they're saying it is that they're saying, well, his team is stacked.
Yes.
He's got 2 number 1 wide receivers.
Yes.
He's got
number
basically
1
one of the best running backs.
One of the best O-lines.
And he's got the best O-line.
And one of the best defenses.
Right.
But
I made the
so,
same argument. I made the
so I
same
mean,
argument.
it should make him. I mean, make him look good too, though. So I mean, of course, he
Say
should.
that again.
I mean, it makes him look good too. If everybody else is
Yes.
shining, he can't do no but shine. So
See, yeah, that's the only thing that I was wondering about, because it's like, so it's like, I mean, they won the Super Bowl, right?
They won the Super Bowl.
That's what you're supposed to do every year.
That's what you're supposed to do.
supposed to do.
But my thing is that my question, of course, is we're dinging Jalen Hurts, and like I said, we were going about the whole elite thing, and they talk about things like leadership and stuff like that.
He's a great leader.
We ding him because he's got a good team around him. But like, what about Burrow with his wide receivers? It's Burrow and his wide receivers.
Yes, it is.
And they've been together. I mean, Burrow got into the league first. Chase was right behind him.
Right.
And it's been them since. And it's going to be them.
It's going to be them.
You know, like
I said, I'm not saying Hurts is not good.
Right.
He's just not upper echelon. Obviously, he's a very good quarterback.
Right.
I think he's a great leader. I think he's probably a better leader than Lamar, personally.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
I just don't think he's as good a quarterback.
Yeah.
Just not as good a quarterback. Okay.
Like I would compare him to Brady. Brady's a great leader.
Yeah.
He's better athletically, but just as an overall quarterback, I would compare him to what he does for the team. I would say I would compare him to Brady.
What about comparing him to Brock Purdy?
That's another good comparison.
Right,
Purdy's in the same vein.
Right, because
Brock Purdy has a great team around him.
You got the great team around him. And Brock Purdy just got paid. Brock Purdy got paid based on where he started.
But what about his leadership part? I don't
his leadership. I wouldn't.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't give him the leadership part.
No.
I mean, I think he's a pretty good leader, but I don't see him in the same vein as far as
he can control the situation going on the field.
Right. I think that is strictly a well coached team.
Right.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
I do like that, because the thing is that, don't get me wrong, because I agree. My thing, I have a huge question mark for Brock Purdy. I do.
I would put Hurts above Purdy.
I like him though, because I picked him, and I made sure I kept him even.
Here's the thing. To be honest,
even on his off.
I love the story. I mean, the guy was the last pick in the draft. I love the story.
Yeah.
But I mean, this season is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he can prove himself this season, But I'm not pulling for him. I can't pull for him.
Well, you can. I mean, it's the NFC. It's not the AFC.
No, but that ain't the reason.
Oh, well, what? Because of your uncle?
What's the reason?
I mean, look.
Reason.
Oh, well, what? Because of your uncle?
Reason.
Oh, well, what? Because of your uncle?
What's the reason?
I mean, look. You can. That should be the reason you do pull for him. Not the uncle you know. We have another.
Wait, what happened?
No, because his wife still.
It's a life. Well, I'm gonna say a lifelong.
His wife still.
Or San Francisco.
Look, it's like that because his wife still calls me on Sunday and talks.
I know she calls my dad too.
Yeah, I know. But she be like, I just talked to your Uncle Percy or, Dee Dee, because she talks to Dee Dee too.
So yeah. But yeah, I don't know. But I
So
mean,
that's the reason.
yeah. Okay. All right. Well, you gotta hate somebody, I guess.
So
Gotta hate
first of all, do you agree with that top four?
Me?
Yeah.
So
I
this
agree
is just
with the top
5,
four.
right? So-
So who would you put in your fifth slot then?
Who would I put 5? Honestly, I think I would put Jalen.
Hurts. Okay.
Yeah, I
So
could
to me,
do
it
it.
was a toss up between Hurts and Stafford.
Yeah, I would put Hurts. You know the problem. Here's the thing, and it's not even
Stafford's
fair
only
in my
problem
mind.
is old.
Yeah.
So
Old.
Stafford's only problem is that he's older.
Oh,
But other than that, they're neck and neck to me for that fifth place.
yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, I would put Hurts 5. I would put 5. For me, to be honest, I would want to put Daniels in there, but it's one season, and I can't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need to see what he does this season, and who is this? What are y'all's thoughts on Cardi B's? Okay, yeah, I
who?
don't know anything about that.
Cardi B and what? Stephon Diggs?
No, he says Cardi B's BBL smelling. I don't even know. I guess
BBL what?
This is what we get on Twitch, I guess. Yeah, it's not important.
Okay.
Give me a serious question. But yeah, so I don't know. I think there's also a thought. I'm gonna hit this, and then we'll just talk about thoughts about it, and then we'll let the rest of this go for now. I did have some. It was a voids, but I think we talked about that before. But there was the thought of the zero running back build drafters. You dreadful. Do you know what I'm talking about? I know.
No.
So basically, these are guys who basically avoid running backs for like the first 5 rounds. You don't even
five?
like first 5 rounds, 4 to 5 rounds.
Wow.
And then basically look for guys in those later rounds who are, they say that are like, league winners, basically. So there's a whole thing about it. It was a nice little article. They were talking about like it's the chaos theory, and I mean, there are always different drafters. People who are heavy on running back early, people who sort of mix it up, whatever.
Mhm.
But so again, another list. But here are some guys. Expected. I will give you their average draft position as far as their position, and then their overall where they're averaging so far in mock drafts. So number 1, round 5 this is where they're saying this guy's going. Round 5 is Alvin Kamara, which I guess Alvin Kamara is going in round 5. Okay. Seems late to me, but
I can see that.
his overall position is like 57.9, which is 5th round, right?
Okay.
So he's number 1. I think he said he's going to finish at running back. He's running back 19 now. But round 6, so they gave me one from 5 to 10. Number 6 was David Montgomery. We talked about Montgomery earlier being a person who's going to get you more touchdowns and things like that. So you see where some of these articles start lining up. And so I thought that was cool. His overall, he's going about 70.9. So I think that's like late 6th round, but still. Round 7, DeAndre Swift, Chicago Bears, running back. That one was interesting to me. But I would imagine, you're going to get, I feel like you'll get a bunch of running backs taken in rounds 1 and 2. And then guys start thinking about quarterbacks,
receivers,
tight ends, things like that. And so guys will drop off. And that's what I think. Because I feel like DeAndre Swift is a guy who will fall through the cracks a little bit unless you have been targeting him. But even if you were targeting him, you would, you know what I'm saying? You would still want him later. You wouldn't try to grab him right away.
Probably, yeah.
So round 8 was Brian Robinson with the Commanders.
Okay.
They have Eckler. Did they get another?
I think they got another one.
Yeah, they had like 3 running backs.
Did they let Eckler go, or they still have Eckler?
They still have him.
Okay.
As far as I know, I'm about to pull up the depth chart. Yeah, no, he's still there. So it's Brian Robinson Jr., Austin Eckler, Chris Rodriguez, and Jeremy McNichols. That was the guy. I think Jeremy McNichols used to play for the Patriots. So
I think he's with the Patriots.
But that was his average is 88.7. I didn't really look at stats or anything like that. But round 9 was Tyrone Tracy. Again, to me, I can see it because, I don't. Who else is in? Oh, wait! New York's got.
They drafted Scatterboo, didn't they?
They did get Scatterboo, but they had another guy. I thought they had somebody else.
I think round 9. I think that's kind of late for Tracy.
Actually, they had Tracy as their number 1, Devin Singletary, Cam Scatterboo, and Eric Gray.
Oh, they have Devin Singletary? Okay.
Yeah, they still have Devin Singletary. He's number 2. Cam is free right now. Man, that's weird. But yeah, Tyler Tracy, that was weird for me. And then in round 10,
Nick Chubb.
Ramondre Stevenson.
Really?
Ramondre Stevenson. And they say his average is 120. So that's
again, I can see that just because how Patriots use running backs.
Yeah.
Unless they get in a game where they're just going to run the balls down your throat, which they will do if they figure out they can run, then you'll see a lot of Ramondre Stevenson. But other than that, it's always by committee.
I'm gonna pull up the New England. Where did that? Here we go. They have Ramondre Stevenson, Travion Henderson, Antonio Gibson.
That's who. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Patriots. Commander.
Man, you know what? Go. Are you kidding me? There is no way. They got 2 dudes, 2 running backs named Travion.
Yes, they do.
Spelled differently.
Differently. Yep, 2 Travions.
Travion Henderson and Travion Williams.
They got a bunch of receivers whose first name starts with a K. Got a Kyle, a Kendrick, a Kayshawn, and a bunch that starts with a J. They got a J.
They got the J's.
K. Got a Kyle. And a bunch. Jeremiah, Javon.
Wow.
And a tight end, Gene, Jack. Sorry, tangent.
Yeah, well, it is. Well, the thing is that what I'm looking at a lot of times is, like I told y'all, I actually do give me basically the best available guy or whoever falls to me, I'm gonna take that guy and I'm gonna grin and bear it, even if it's not a guy like. And then later in the draft, I'm like, I will start reaching. Don't get me wrong. I will reach in a second. I don't, like I said, I do get my feelings hurt about it. But later in the draft, it's like, all right, this is the guy that I want. I feel like at some point we are going to, we have to like set up a mock. I got to figure out how to do it.
Yeah, need a mock.
But we should do a mock. Razor sharp picks. Shout out to everybody. What's up, ladies and gents? What's going on? Razor sharp picks. Don't forget to hit the follow button over on YouTube or the subscribe button. Because he's got the picks, obviously. Who's winning this? Oh, he says go Pack go. Oh my goodness. Go Pack go. He's a Packers fan.
Packers fan.
Wow.
They're a Packers fan.
That's my brother. That's like junior Green Bay fan. So, I'd rather that over the Cowboys. So,
Here's the thing. I want to like Green Bay. I want to like Jordan Love, but I don't know. Their wide receivers get hurt. But Big O, what you were talking about, they got they just drafted the wide receiver, Golden. Matthew Golden.
Yep.
So that would be a nice stack, I believe. That's something to have. Matthew Golden and Jordan Love. I'm hopeful that that's going to be nice this year. That should be something. Because, I mean, I think you got to look for little things like that, and I think that's okay. Because the other thing with that, Matthew Golden, you won't be able to. I don't think you're gonna be able to wait around to get him. What is his draft position?
I think you could pick him up like 4th or 5th round.
4th or 5th round.
I'm just guessing.
I'm looking. Wide receiver. Oh wow. He's on down here. Hold on, I'm gonna go back up to the top.
What are you looking?
I'm looking at that list that I sent you.
Oh.
Oh well, you probably can. You can get him later. Oh, here he is. 79 overall.
79.
So
that's about.
That's in a 10-team league, but that's 7th round.
That's 7th or 8th.
I mean, see, and if you could do that, if you could get him in the 7th round or something like that, if you could, with back-to-back picks or taking your back-to-back wherever they are, you could probably get him and Jordan Love if later on down the line like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think people are going to be jumping off of anything to get Jordan Love. Not that he's a bad quarterback, but he's just not, a guy that's going to be drafted heavily, like we got to have. So, all right. I have beat the list to death. And don't get me wrong, I have more. But we did go for over an hour now, and I'll get a bid next week.
Cool.
Because I do like I had a thing about touchdowns. There was another list that I forgot to write stuff down. I read the article, but I didn't write down Oh man. And like I said, remove that. Oh, so of course, and we have had this conversation about how huge my head is.
Oh yeah, about the hats.
You see what I'm saying?
Snapback. Yeah. I hate snapbacks.
Yeah, see, I can't.
It's
Because
cool.
this
This
right
Well,
here.
hey,
Nobody.
This is the thing. This right here.
To that.
See this?
The big
I
window
can't-
in the
I-
front.
Who pays
Yeah,
attention
I don't
to how
understand
big
it.
your head is because of the snap in the back? As long as it fits on your head. Why do
What
you
if
do
he
that?
likes to
No,
wear his hat back?
no. But the problem
I mean,
is,
Let me see. Turn around.
The problem is that they don't fit. The
Okay,
thing
that's it.
This hat is holding on for dear life.
Turn around. Let me see.
Snap.
Turn around. You
Snap.
turn around in the hat. Turn around. Let me see the back of the hat. Which you got to put the hat on. Put the hat on and then turn around.
No. Here's what I'm saying. Look. This is the hole for the excess part of the fabric, right? This is the hole. You know why you can see this hole? Because I got nothing in there. I got nothing. Absolutely nothing there.
Nobody is.
That's just an extra small hat, cuz.
Oh, nobody's looking back there in your head.
It's just an extra small hat. She didn't value a man's hat.
Just don't buy no tight small hats. Just buy your hat that's gonna fit.
Yeah.
She picked up the wrong hat. She picked up a kid's hat.
Those are one size fits all.
They said it's a one size fit all. Is it?
They usually are, yeah.
No, you know what they say now though? You know what they actually say now is one size fits most.
Well, same thing.
They say
Almost likely.
That's what's because there were some, I'm gonna say some of us who were being offended, were quite offended by this fits all and they don't fit all.
Who was big?
I'm joking, but they did change.
I mean, my head big when I wear a cap. I don't care. If I need room. I need to stretch, and whatever's gonna do, it needs to fit. I don't need it to hurt my head. Okay, when I wear a cap.
Different for a woman.
I'm gonna wear a cap next week. That's what I'm gonna do.
Throw that ponytail through that little thing. Boom.
Yeah.
Different for a woman.
Because
Big O, he gonna raid us up out of here. I'm gonna raid
everybody up out of here. Everybody.
Ooh. Just roast spray, raid. All right, y'all. It's been real. It's like 8:52.
Yep, we're getting ready to get out of here. Thanks everybody for stopping through. Razor.
Yeah.
Razor.
We got Razor.
Doc
Man. We got Chris AM. Lanisha. Young Devin was in earlier. Appreciate all of y'all. Come back next week and we'll do it all over again. Until then, peace out.
Peace out.